COVID-19 has remained a threat to Ugandans and world over since the beginning of 2020. In the wake of coronavirus pandemic, a number of lives have been claimed, with stalled various sectors of the economy. COVID-19 veered its ugly head into Uganda through travelers before finding its way into communities. The unfolding events in the country, including political campaigns, which attracts large gatherings, affected government's efforts against the pandemic. This has witnessed surging numbers in cases, despite the stringent regulations by the relevant authorities. Busia district is among the border regions which have since been red flagged in containing the spread of the deadly coronavirus. Currently, the busy environment in Busia municipality is a justification that business is back at the center stage, as majority of traders are not bothered by the standard operating procedures set by the Minister of Health.
Because from March, people have been suffering and people have not been working. People are very poor. You see everywhere you go, people cry.
According to the leaders, the underlying factors of poverty forced many to get back to their normal duties, including cross-border trade.
Right now we are sitting on the time bomb. Since the country is silent, everybody is concentrating on campaigns. After campaigns, there are going to be many deaths due to COVID-19. Not only on the border, but in many parts of the country.
Busia Municipality Member of Parliament Godfrey Macho wants government to consider a COVID-19 grant to the affected people in Busia district to avoid unnecessary movements leading to the spread of COVID-19.
They're putting up a cost on the COVID-19 tests to a local person, a citizen, to almost 150,000. This is rent to my people, house rent. This is a capital because 100,000 can do business on the border. So somebody thinks, can I go for COVID-19 test? Or can I go and do business for my family to survive?
As Uganda advances its moves to acquire COVID-19 vaccines, MP Macho wants the services of vaccination to start with the most hit border districts like Busia.
Due to the cross-border crossing and the dealings we have and the trailer people, drivers.
The people will not be forced to take vaccine. When somebody says no, we may not force them. Because at least we want to target at least 60%, 30 million at least should get immunized.
Uganda is battling with stage 4 of COVID-19 with over 37,000 cases so far registered since March 2020. Busia health facilities are overwhelmed as most of the patients are referred to Mbale and Soroti districts.
So we need government to put up a good system and a special desk for COVID-19. This will help us, first of all, to do rampant tests on the border, because on the other side of Kenya, we have many COVID-19 cases. The death rate is very, very high. But they are lucky because they have good health facilities than ours.
We shall ensure that our masses are sensitized. We shall also ensure that life goes back to normal. They keep social distance and they adhere to the Ministry of Health regulations. We shall also ensure that for those who are hit, the families which are hit by COVID-19, we do something for them so that we restore their dignity and sustainability.
Barriers and other forms of gatherings, including political gatherings, are restricted with not more than 200 persons allowed to go who also observe the SOPs. According to authorities we spoke to in the areas of Busia and Tororo district, this is another story, as Tororo Resident District Commissioner Nicholas Owole explains.
First of all, before the barrel date or the barrel day, that is what they locally call fundraising, where they used to dance trans night, but that one we have now contained. No discourse in the district, you see. So all these ones gave fertile ground for COVID to multiply.
The situation of COVID-19 is uncertain after the political season, since the campaigns have scattered countermeasures of the COVID-19 pandemic.
You know, when you make a row, and you don't insert a penalty for breaching that law is law as it is, not law as it ought to be, not law as it is. It is baseless, it is hogwash. So we think that next time Director Commission should amend those SOP regulations together, so that there are penalties for flouting the COVID regulations. Otherwise, it is a laughing stock.
Leaders have, however, assured the public of peaceful elections despite the anticipated election violence as allegedly threatened by sections of the opposition groups.
And this assurance has come directly from His Excellency the President. His Excellency the President has assured the whole world that there will be elections on the 14th. And that election will take place.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.